How's it going, folks? Welcome back. I'm a bit cheery on this one. I think the last video kind of put me on a wee bit of depression and a bit of Brian and probably everybody else that was actually watching it. I think the problems I'd taken on with Brian's van was I thought it was going to be an easy job putting in the dashboard and making it look pretty, but obviously with the problem I've got, it's going to take me a bit longer. But problems are meant to be solved, and I quite like a bit of problem solving. Excuse the ghosts at the door. It's blowing a hoolie out there. I've got a couple of updates on the BriVan, nothing good on the electrical front. I wasn't going to tell anybody about this until later on, but content's content, so I'll show you exactly what I've been doing with this one and a couple of wee surprises for Brian to see. As you can see, I'm standing in front of a Ford Ranger, and yes, it is another one to the collection, but I did let one go. I let go of my convertible that I just recently got in September there. I bought it, not that I bought it in a whim, I really love the car, but I just wasn't using it that much. Kind of niche one, a good offer, car went, but I've always wanted a Ranger. So when this one came up pretty close to me, I kind of had to go for it. I'd say I had to. My wife will probably say you didn't have to, but I did, and I got it. So it's a 3.2 wild track and a manual. And one of the reasons I bought it was, one, they're cool. Two, I could do with something for towing my mini digger that I've got. Especially when I'm doing the house builds and whatnot, if I want to bring materials. So I've already got a digger trailer, I've already got a trailer for just taking materials, and I bought a bike trailer in case I maybe want to do the North Coast 500 in the bike, chuck it in the back of the trailer, and then we can go straight up to it. That's the plan with it. I am not going to leave this standard. I don't like to leave anything standard. I fool myself by turning around and saying, yeah, I'm going to leave it standard, it'll be totally cool. No, not even a little bit. As soon as I got this, I've had it about a week now. I got it on the Sunday, and on the Wednesday it was in at KW getting its windows tinted. Hence the pictures I'll probably show you. I like to buy things that are not perfect. I like to buy things that need a wee bit of work in them. There's no point in buying something that just works. That's not the fun in it for me. I like to, I've got the unit as well thinking about. So I got this at a decent price. I don't see how much, because then it's a lot of money to some folk. It's not a lot of money to another folk, but it was decent. It was really well priced, especially for the wee faults that it's got. The faults are three really kind of ones that really annoy me. One, there's a wee bust in the bolster of the seat, but I'm lucky enough to know Anthony, so he could retrim that. I might actually just fully retrim it, just because at some point this will be towing Blaze on the back of a trailer once it's totally rebuilt. Might even take a couple of cars up to Knock Hill for obviously the track days and whatnot. So there will be a show truck / work truck, sorry. So we've got the bolster, we've got the handbrake gaiter is a wee bit meh, it's all bust. I think someone's tried to get into it and just broke all the clips and whatnot, so I need to get one of them. Anthony could probably sort me out again with that, but I would need to find the trim that clamps it in. They're about £100 in breakers, because it's the wild track version. I think that's kind of mad for what it is, because it comes with full plastic, but if it was to be cheaper that way, I probably will just buy another one. But the main one that is busting my nut is an electrical problem, shock. I got it in the rear view camera, wasn't working. And I'm probably gonna ask for some help on this one, because what I thought would be an easy fix, changing the back camera out in it, turns out it wasn't. I changed the camera, same bloody issue. But I did notice when I had the tailgate down, because that's where the camera sits on the Ford badge and tailgate, I wiggled the cables, and at one point we did see like the camera trying to start up. We didn't have a picture, but we kind of saw that black screen where it looked as if it was trying to start up, so it was maybe getting power to the camera. It wasn't getting a feedback, so I thought, well, it must be something in the loom that goes from the tail end into the camera. Easy loom to replace, £120 left at Ford, and it still didn't fix the problem. And this, I mean, I've only had this, it's not even a week, this is Saturday, so it's a week tomorrow, and I'm trying to fix these problems, because obviously camera's pretty important in this one for me, especially when I'm trying to hitch onto trailers myself and whatnot, and get as close as I can to get to it. But yeah, I can't get it to work. Now, I've been through the Ford ETA system that I've got, the Ford scan that I've got on my laptop. I've looked at all my parameters, everything seems to be bang on, but when you do a calibration on it, it seems to want to shut the system down. Now, I don't know if there's maybe a problem with the module in it. This is a problem with Canvas systems. Like maybe something wrong with the module, and there may be a bad earth somewhere going between the module and there. I don't know yet. I mean, lucky enough the truck will be high enough, I can probably slide underneath to try and find it, but that's not today's job. Today's job I'm going to film is changing the headlights in this. Now, I like a wee bit of style, obviously, but I didn't really like the headlights in the front of these. I think they're kind of lost. They're not very good as well. They're like a candle in a brown bottle. They don't really beam very well. So I found a set of Mustang style headlights in it. I want something that still looks like it's meant to be there and not not completely like an aftermarket headlight. My styling is always very OEM plus, if you like Ford would design it for me, and it's something they would put in their cars. So if they've got it in the Mustang headlight, they could put it into this one. That's my kind of rule of thumb when I'm modifying a car. So I managed to source a set of the Mustang style ones. I'll put up here where I got them from, because I'll be honest, the company was excellent. I put on for watching it on eBay, and then it came back, I think the next morning, you'll get like 30% off. So I got a whack of money off these lights straight away just by watching it, which is a clever thing to do. But thinking, no, I'll have to wait ages for it. I think I bought them on the Thursday morning. I've got the, I got this now. Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to think how I got it. So it went into its tints on the Wednesday. I ordered the lights on the Wednesday afternoon, and by the Friday morning I had the headlights. So they're in the back, sitting right there just now, so I'm going to unbox them all, and we'll see how easy they're actually to change. I haven't Googled it yet to see how they actually separate. I'm hoping it's fairly simple. It's a headlight change after all, but knowing Ford, it'll be bumpers off kind of nonsense, and it'll breaks loose. So I'm either going to be more stressy at the next bit you see it, or less stressy. Either way, let's get this video done, dusted, and I'll show you doing these headlights, and we'll get something modified. So I've just opened up the box. It's the first I've seen them. Well packaged, what can I say? They came with fragile wrapped all the way around about it, yada yada yada, but you expect headlights to arrive in a hell of a state, but it looks like these ones are well boxed up. That will box everything in the bag off. Whoopie do. So that's what we're going to be putting into the Ranger. There's nothing crazy mad, but I really like this design. I like the fact that it was a dark headlight and then this inside of it. I just find it's a bit too chromey. I'm not a big fan of chrome, especially nowadays when everything's getting deleted. Chrome's quite old in the old school cars and engine bays and whatnot, just nostalgia. Even now folk are putting like crackle black stuff in it and getting rid of the chrome, but I still love that era, but not in the new age stuff. I like to darken things down, so we have these Mustang headlight projectors, isn't it? I'm assuming all the bulbs are here on it, and I'll just double check. Yep, HID projectors in it as well. Xenons, so well worth the money. I think they were up for about £600 these lights, and I think I paid about £540, £520ish in that kind of region with free shipping. So a bit of money, but I still think they'll look the business. Looking at this here, it does look like the blinking bumper's going to have to come off, because there's a bracket there and it must sit about here. So with bolts here and whatnot, I think this is actually going to end up being a nightmare job. You know, one that should be a headlight out, headlight in. Let's go on those ones that you wish you'd never started on a Saturday afternoon. I'm going to do it anyway, so let's see how I go on. I'm going to try and figure it out first before I film myself making a fool of myself. See you in a bit. So as you can see, but through the tricks of magic and television, they're already fitted. I was going to do a whole how to do, but there's too many on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that, how to do this. You don't need another one for it. So the rim, it's a bit of a ball ache in all honesty, because to take out headlamps nowadays is a full bumper off job, and exactly what happened on this one. Exactly. I had to take off, open the bonnet, take off the slam panels, umpteen million trims, loads of 10mm screws up the top, loads of 10mm screws in behind the splash guards and underneath, pull grills off, just to get to this bolt that was here to take this headlight out. Nightmare. My friend Sandy appeared round, gave me a hand actually, which was quite handy, just to hold the lenses and whatnot while I worked away in them. Got everything up and in, and then this one didn't want to work. Well, it worked to a point, we couldn't get the indicators going. And then when we eventually found out what was wrong with it, which was all it was the inside prong inside one of the locator pins was actually bent. So when we put it in, it pushed to the side, so it was only seeing like a live circuit, it wasn't seeing its return on the earth. So as soon as you put the lights on, it threw up a fault and it shut down the lights on this side. Great fun. Found that issue, fixed it, and then we realised that the headlight wasn't working as well. I'm like, what in the name of all that's going on is happening here? Headlight, stripped it back. Luckily enough, we didn't build it back up before we fitted it. Turns out that some idiot that when they made these had put the positive negative around the wrong way, and being LEDs and whatnot, sure enough, they shut themselves down. As soon as I changed the plug round, bang, away it came. So thank God they're done. But let me show you how cool they look. Obviously toughen up, like I was saying, at the outside with the dark, but I'll switch on the lights and let you see exactly what we're playing with. So there is, or should be, oh no, it's not actually, idiot. Gain ignition, away we go. So that should be the side lights on with obviously the Mustang in centre, isn't it? Looks tough as hell from the outside. The indicators are switchbacks. So again, looks pretty cool. Dead clean, dead bright. That's exactly what you want to have, because the original indicator sat in here. Quite dull, to be fair. And obviously we have the upper beam for the main beam for the flash as well. Pretty blinking bright. If I turn on the main headlights, that's what we're playing with there. And there's our flash for the centres. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we've got in this one. It's all change. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad, to be fair. But I mean, it'd be nicer if you just took a couple of bolts off and it slid out. But you know, one of these things. So yeah, I'm going to get a couple of photos. I'll show you in the end of this video, and this one's done and dusted. Next up, hopefully, it's going to be a wrap, and the wheels should be here next week that I've ordered for it. Nothing wrong with the stands on it, brand new tyres on it, but I've just said the word, haven't I? Standard. Doesn't work for me. Thanks for quickly seeing this one. Welcome to my new one, the Ford Ranger. I don't see the point in showing you the inside of it now, because it's just a standard wheel track, nothing else dodgy on it. Other than the bug guard, wind deflectors, and obviously my window tints. Hopefully in my next video, I should have the wheels on it, my private plates, and all going well. I've picked a colour for the wrap, and I'm hoping that the next video will show it actually being wrapped, or I've already been wrapped. It's down to KW to do that one, obviously. So thanks for joining me for this wee quick video. I'm going to do another one. I'll film it in 2 seconds, so you may get 2 videos for one on this one. No, do you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm going to do it right now. Watch this. I was talking about Brian's van just not long ago. I'm going to swing in and show you what I've done to the front end. Now, obviously, I've not got the electrics done yet, but this is quite cool. I'll have to show you. Hold on. What do we think? So, obviously, we knew that the original bumper, the RS 2001 that was on this, had a crack here, so it needed painted. And I thought, well, if it's needing painted, why don't we try and jazz it up a bit? I'll put my spin in it. I know Brian will like it once it's done, so I've gone for the Cosy replica bumper. Not only have we got the Cosy replica bumper though, I have got Cosy replica wings for this. So, with obviously this bumper sticking out a bit wider, I could try and tuck it into the existing wing, but where's the fun in that? We're doing it right. I think it kind of needs it a wee bit. I mean, I know that it's got RS 2000 bulges on it, but I just think it just finish off the van, especially when it's painted Cosworth colour, and I've got Cosworth wheels on it, then why not just put a Cosworth front bumper on it as well? Obviously it's not a Cosworth engine that's in it, and we're not going that far in it, because this will be used for, you know, Brian will use this to go to his work. He will use it for going, you know, tours with him and his wife, Gwen. So yeah, it will be getting used. It's better a mile muncher than, you know, having the typical Cosy. Is it going to go? Is it going to start and stop kind of idea? So I think the front end looks pretty cool. It's not built up totally. Don't judge me on this. Everything's just sat in place just now. There's no point in me bolting up or anything. Half the bolts are missing on the bumper anyway, so I'll need to obviously source bolts and whatnot. But yeah, so the headlights are literally just sat in place. So's the grille. So, but it gives you an illusion of what the van will look like once we're all done and dusted. Once I've got everything, you know, the front end painted, including the wings, and then obviously polished polished to its nines, it'll look cool. Plus, you can see I put the Escort Cosworth alloy on it just to show you exactly how cool it'll look with this front end. Little things, obviously you'll have your Regi plate on the front of it, but I'm going to try and put a splitter on this because it sits quite high anyway. We are going to drop it. We have got a set of Kone shocks, I'm sure there's upstairs there, brand new in the box, and then we'll put the new springs on in the rear, but we'll flip them. We'll put the clamp on the opposite side so it drops the van, lowers it. Shouldn't take it down too low. I'm hoping that, you know, not sitting its absolute arse and it still can be a completely usable van, but I still want to look as it goes down. I mean, but there's a lot of work for me, and I wanted to put a lot of work into this because this has got to be right, because I can guarantee you people will be looking at this going, oh, let's have a look and see what he's done. You know, this has to be right. I'll make sure it's right because I'm putting my name to it. So a lot of stuff to go on this. I'm going to try and get a lot done this week in it, so hopefully there'll be another update very soon. But in the meantime, as I always say, and thanks again for joining me, take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios. Compadres, little ones, hello, thank you, cheers, adios, ta-da, mada, minted. That is a very nice car, dear boy.